The German war machine was forever in a race to create bigger, better and faster aircraft than its Allied rivals. For the most part, the design of these planes fell to the manufacturers, who themselves were in a fight against other manufacturing companies to secure the lucrative deals on offer by the government. The BF 109 would write itself into the history books as the Luftwaffe's go-to fighter aircraft. But the Messerschmitt actually had another rival. Meet the Heinkel He 100. This plane would set a world speed record of 463 miles or 746 kilometers an hour. So why then wasn't it Germany's primary fighter? In today's video, we look at the Heinkel He 100 during World War II. If you enjoy this video and want to see more, hit that subscribe button. It's free and really helps the channel reach more history lovers like you. Prior to the war beginning, Germany was on a mission to rebuild its air force and turn the Luftwaffe into the greatest threat in the world. Along with the need for transport and bomber aircraft, fighters were deemed essential to modern air forces. By the mid-1930s, Heinkel had already created a successful aircraft, with its medium-range bomber, the He 111. This would prove its worth during the war, but at the time, Heinkel turned its attention to fighters. In 1937, Messerschmitt introduced its BF 109. It was a breakthrough aircraft, which combined high speed and maneuverability. Heinkel, not wanting to be outdone, created the He 112. This had good aspects, like its visibility and ease of landing, but it was far heavier than the 109. The Air Ministry therefore went with the Messerschmitt. Heinkel started again, and what better way to show which manufacturer Germany should choose as their next fighter than speed? The He 100 was a completely revised aircraft, using much fewer parts and therefore a lot lighter than its predecessor. It used the same engine as the 109 but offered a different cooling system. The exhaust ejectors were used to provide additional thrust, and the supercharger inlet moved from the side of the engine cowling to the leading edge of the left wing. Drag-reducing features were used, including the design of the cockpit and supports on the tail. The 100 was about 3 feet shorter in length and width than the 109 at 26 feet or 8.2 meters long and 30 feet or 9.4 meters wide. The weight was the huge difference, with the He 100 being 1,800 kilograms or 4,000 pounds, and the BF 109 being 2,200 kilograms or nearly 5,000 pounds. A huge difference which ultimately showed in its speed. On the 30th of March 1939, the He 100 would enter the history books as the fastest aircraft in the world at the time. Its mark of 463 miles or 746 kilometers an hour was too far for the BF 109, which only managed to reach 400 miles or 642 kilometers. But despite this, the 109 would ultimately gain the upper hand and continue as Germany's preferred fighter for the war. The He 100 wouldn't see full-scale production and only a handful of prototypes created. Arguments over the reason the 100 wasn't taken on range from political interference to the costly design and even the engine used only being allowed for Messerschmitt aircraft. Nonetheless, no 100s would see any operational use, with several being sent to a Heinkel factory as a defence unit if called upon. The aircraft remains fairly unknown as shortly after it broke the record, Messerschmitt's creation, the Me 209, broke the record again, achieving a speed of 469 miles or 755 kilometers an hour. The Germans used this as propaganda against the Allied powers when unleashing the BF 109s and were able to skew the view on their speed abilities. In any event, the He 100 remains an interesting aircraft of what could have been for Germany during the Second World War. What did you think about the Heinkel He 100? Had you ever heard of it before? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to expand your knowledge and join the growing Premier History community.